Hello everyone, I am back with another DESTASH video. I recently uploaded a video announcing that I would be doing a DESTASH marathon series this week, and my plan is to upload DESTASH lots every day this week if I have time. That's my plan. I've been collecting for probably 7 to 10 years supplies to do junk journals for myself, and I don't have time to do that. So I really just want to offer these supplies to people so they get used and they're just not sitting in my house. And also I've realized that I could possibly be borderline hoarder. So I really just want to, one, get myself organized, and two, just pass these great supplies along to people who can use them. So today the first DESTASH lots are going to be kind of a cooking theme, and the supplies could be used for junk journals, and that was my intended purpose. Of course they can be used for any type of crafting, whatever crafting you do. So you'll see that there's a variety of different items in here that can be used for just about any craft purpose. So here is lot 1, and let me go ahead and get started and show you what you will receive in this lot. So the first thing that I will show you is this great calendar from, this one's from 1979. It has the vibrant colors like you would see in the 70s, and I just love this calendar rather, sorry. And it just has, I'll show you a few pages here, but it just has some great graphics. Look how vibrant that page is. Then it also has some recipes, and this is a beautiful page. I love this page. So you will get that, and every month is here. Then here is the last page, anniversaries and birthdays. So you will get that, and then you will get a few cookbooks. The Good Housekeeping cookbook. And I think it's in pretty good shape. It does have some pictures in here. I think it's from 1960. I believe 63. So looks like there's some items in here, and they will stay with the book. There's a few color pictures in here, so you will get that. You will also get this Americana cookery. And let me see, I did not look for the date on this one. It is, what is that, 50, 60, 71, I believe, if I'm doing my Roman numerals correct. I believe it's 1971. I guess someone started writing a list there. So you will get this. And then the last cookbook, I believe this is the last cookbook, is a Bisquick, a vintage Bisquick. And you will get any papers that come in the books. The only thing I will take out is money. My great-grandmother used to hide money in her books, so I keep waiting to find money in a book that someone hid, but it has not happened yet, so maybe one day. Okay, so let's see. This is 1967, and there's some really great color photos in here. So there you go, just to give you some ideas of what that book looks like. Okay, so I'm including a set of these vintage napkins. I got them from my husband's grandmother's house, and there are 4 in the set, so you will get 1 of each, and each of them say they have some nice little sentiment, or I guess poem or verse on here. So each one will have a different saying on there, so you will get 1 each of those. All right, so now we have some paper ephemera here, and I think this is a bookmark that you could put in a recipe book. You can make a little comment. So it says, the greatest dishes are very simple dishes. That is the truth. So you'll get that, and you will get several recipe cards. This one kind of looks a little newer, but the majority of the recipe cards, they will be vintage. So I think I threw that one in after I had already put the recipe cards together. So let's see what we have here. Okay, and you do get more recipe books. So this is non-fat dry milk recipes, and I don't know what the dates. If I had to guess, it's probably the 50s. I've had this stuff for so long, I don't even know. I'm kind of looking at this just as you are, because I have forgotten about some of this stuff. So I don't see a date, but this is what it looks like. So you will get that. Here is, these are recipe cards. They have a fold there. They don't say recipe, and what else do recipe cards say? From the kitchen of and things like that. So, but they are recipe cards and they are vintage, so I included 2 of those. Here's a few vintage pieces of paper. They have food on them, so I included that. Anything related to cooking, recipes, eating, food, things like that, that's what I included, and that's the mindset that I had when I put this together. So here are a few of the vintage paper coasters. And then I just also included a vintage envelope. Here is a set of stickers that I recently hauled from Hobby Lobby. The price was so cheap, I couldn't leave them behind, and I knew that I could just put them in one of the kits that I was going to put together. So there you go. And this is adorable. This is a vintage I don't know what it's called. It's a letter. You write on this sign, then you can fold it and put a stamp on it and mail it. So it had food on it, so I thought that kind of goes with the theme. Then you get 2 envelopes with the strawberries, and I included, I guess you could say you have 2 letter sets here. So if you want, you could keep one for yourself and share one with a friend, but they are complete letter sets. A letter set is 2 sheets plus the envelope. And then the stamps have berries, so I thought that went with the food theme. A few more pieces of note paper, and it has strawberries. Then we get into some lists here. Meals of the week. You get 2 of those. We're out of, and then you can make your grocery list with those. All out of, and I believe this one is vintage if I'm not mistaken. I had some of these, so I just threw them in. Not really food related or anything, but I believe it's vintage if I'm not mistaken, probably 90s or somewhere around there. Then here is a vintage refrigerator manual, I guess. I don't recall the date. 1947. This is, I probably should have noticed by her hairdo and the way she's dressed. This is 1947. So, and this is really neat. It tells you how and where to keep your food. So that's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy looking at. So you will get this, and it does have some recipes in there. Okay, here is recipes from Around the World cookbook. And this, I don't see a date. There's probably one in here somewhere, but there's the back of it. Just to give you kind of an idea. And it looks like it has recipes from all over the world. Here is an old newspaper clipping. And I tried to find a date on this. You can tell it's very old. You can even, has a very strong vintage or old smell. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you've held this type of item before. So I thought the graphics were just really great. So that is staying in the book. Trying to do this quickly, but it's just not working out that way. So here is a small low-calorie for dieters. This is vintage. Again, I don't recall the date. We'll see if we can find one as we go through. I believe it's the 70s, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but that's what you'll get. Okay, then we have a bunch of recipe cards here. And two of those. I think it seems like I probably put at least two of each in the kit. So this one is a newer one. So yeah, that's what it looks like I did. You get at least two of each. Here's some of those labels for your gosh, I draw a blank so many times when I'm trying to think of words, but you know what these are for your herbs and spices. And I threw in some of these Tupperware content labels. I thought that would be cute in a junk journal. All right, then we have another cookbook. There is Glamour and Gas Cooking, it says. And I don't know what the date. I probably should have looked at that before I did this video. 1959 for this one. So it has some nice aging on the pages. There's the back. And then I had some of these Post-it notes, recipe notes. So these are newer, but I'm throwing them in. Here are a few, I don't think they're chipboard, but they're stickers, and I believe they have foam on the back. So a pear and an apple, those are going in. I had some of these really cool, I guess it's a receipt from 1909, and this is the kind of stuff that I just love. And it says confectionery, ice cream, and fancy bakery. So you will get that. And then we have a card here that features a little girl cooking, a couple pieces of note paper with some pears, all right, and this, okay, it is a receipt and it says for bread, and I'm not sure what that says, but I figured it's a receipt for food. It fits the theme, so there you go. All right, then we have some playing cards with apples and pears, and it looks like some cherries and some berries on there, so you will get 4 of those. A little cupcake, paper clip, and this has some wheat on it. It actually goes with that vintage envelope, or it has a matching vintage envelope that's in the stack there. Then we have, I'm throwing in these, I guess they're puffy stickers. I needed 1 off of the entire sheet, or 2. So I just cut them in half and put some in each of the kits. Then we have some A to Z kitchen tips and tricks. So I just included those. Those would probably look nice tea stained. Some more recipes, shopping lists, more of those herb and spice labels. This is another recipe card. Then I had some food or kitchen or cooking related scrap paper laying around, so I thought I would include some of that as well. Okay, here is a tag. Here's a clock. I thought kind of reminds me of a timer, so I'm including that. You will also get this tiny little spoon. It looks like it was an earring, but you can take that part off and just use it as a little charm dangle or something. Right, I am including a few of these envelopes I recently hauled. I kept some for myself. They have such a nice aging on them, so I thought I would include a few of those. A little fork, a little spoon. This is not really with the theme, but there's room in the box, so I thought I would throw it in. It's kind of a keychain, and you can put a little image or photo in there. I can't get the bag open. It's really old. So it has a space there that you can put a photo or an image, and then there's a cover there. So I thought that might look cute dangling from a book or a project or whatever it is that you do. The last couple items, some cloth napkins. You will get 3 of those. And then this is a bridge cloth and napkin set. So I know back in the, I don't know, 40s, 50s, 60s, bridge was a big thing, and people got together and they would have bridge parties. So you will get, it's a 40 by 40 bridge cloth, and then I think there's four napkins that go with it. So you will get that. And the very last thing for this particular kit is going to be, I guess this is cross stitch. No matter where I serve my guests, they seem to like my kitchen best. So I thought that would be adorable in a junk journal. So here's the first one. I tried to get through that pretty quickly, but I don't feel like that happened. So hopefully I can get through the second one a little bit quicker. I tried to make the kits kind of the same with the same items. There might be a few things that are a little bit different. All right, so this kit will also include one of the calendars, and it's Just Desserts 1974. I love these calendars that I found. I found them at a thrift store. And I apologize, no, I found them at a church rummage sale. And it was, I think like fill a bag for $3 or something. And so I found these and I was just so excited. But as you can see, they've been sitting around and I'm ready to pass them along. So they just have some great graphics in there. And there's that. There's the last page. So you will get that. I had another one of the Good Housekeeping cookbooks. So I believe it's the same date, 63. So it has the same exact everything. It's the same book. You will get the 4 napkins like in the first kit. You are going to get the same note paper. This kit has a baking company receipt. And 19 oh something. It could be 1903, I'm not sure, but this kit will have that. Okay, you will get A World of Good Eating. This is 1951. So here's what this looks like. Has some very nice images. And actually, I think that I have some more images that were torn out. If I have those and I find them, I will include those because it seems like there should be one for China and a few other places. So I will make sure those are in here if I can find those or if I still have them. And then this one, I just love the colorful pictures in this one. And as you can see, I kind of made this one a little more geared towards desserts. So I absolutely loved this book when I found it. Okay. And then kind of the same assortment. There's a conversion reference chart, herb reference sheet, recipe cards. Here is the scrap pack. You'll get one of the clocks. There's a little card with mushrooms. Not a card, but a tag. One of the recipe bookmarks. A stack of those vintage blue envelopes. Some of the lists, just like the first kit. So you would get all of those. Here is, looks like a handmade senior homemaking class, 1954 to 55. So from St. Louis. So it's a vintage handmade cookbook. And here's a Hamilton Beach cookbook. This one's probably from the 40s, if I had to guess, 1948. So this one has some nice aging to it. Oops. All right, okay, here is 500 delicious salads. And that does not look delicious to me, but what do I know? 1951. Okay. Oh, it looks like that page has been ripped off, but there's still enough of that image to do something with. So there is that. You get the strawberry, the two letter sets of the strawberry paper and the envelopes. The two coasters, there's the strawberry envelopes. There is that one folded. Recipe card, here is a recipe postcard, 1993, so that would be considered vintage if you go by the 20-year rule. So there you go, you'll get a postcard in this one. And I believe the papers are about the same. All right, this is a cute little envelope that I received in a swap. I only had one left, so I just think it's so adorable. So this kit will get that envelope. Here's the recipe cards. Oops, sorry about that. So this kit will get the same recipe cards as the first kit. And this kit will get 4 of the fruit stickers, some of those labels, another dessert, recipe book, just a small one, some of the recipe note sticky notes, one of the keychains, some of the playing cards, these are vintage, and then a small sheet of those puffy stickers for fruit, the cupcake paper clip, some of those Tupperware labels, and I did not have another spoon, but here's a fork. And then I purchased these because I was going to take the big one off. I saw a lady, and I don't know, I can't recall who did it or what the video, who did the video, but she made a cooking themed junk journal, and she had some of the measuring spoons dangling from it somehow. I don't remember exactly how, but I thought it was adorable. So I picked these up at a thrift store, and that was my intended purpose. So I'm going to include those. This kit will also get 3 of the, I believe these are bridge napkins as well. I'm not positive on that one. And then I'm guessing this is also a 40 by 40 bridge cloth, but I don't know for sure. And 4 napkins. Oh, 40 by 40 bridge cloth. Okay. So then 4 napkins there. I believe that is it for lot 2. If you're interested, leave a comment below. First one to leave a comment stating which lot they want will get it. Just leave your PayPal address and I can invoice you. The lots are going to be $27 shipped. They will come in the medium flat rate shirt box. They fill that box. So that's what you get. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you so much for watching.